Albert Einstein is undoubtedly one of the most iconic and influential figures in the history of science. His theory of relativity revolutionized the way we understand the universe, redefining concepts such as space, time, matter, and gravity. But his contributions didn't stop there. His ideas spanned fields like quantum physics, cosmology, and even the philosophy of science. This article will explore in detail Einstein's life, his major scientific discoveries, and his lasting impact on science and society. Early years and education. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, in the Kingdom of Württemberg, which was part of the German Empire. From an early age, he showed signs of a brilliant and curious mind, though his initial academic career wasn't always stellar. It is often, inaccurately, said that he was a poor student, but the reality is more complex. While excelling in mathematics and physics, he struggled with humanities and the rigid teaching methods of the time. At the age of 16, Einstein wrote a short essay in which he imagined what would happen if he could ride alongside a beam of light, a first indication of his extraordinary ability to think beyond the limits of his time. This reflection would be fundamental to his future work. After graduating from the Zurich Polytechnic, where he developed his first scientific ideas, Einstein found a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. This position, which left him plenty of free time to think, turned out to be ideal for his creative mind. It was there that he developed many of the ideas that would make him famous. The miracle year of 1905. The year 1905 is considered Einstein's miraculous year. In just a few months, he published 4 papers that would change physics forever, addressing fundamental problems and laying the foundation for new scientific paradigms. The photoelectric effect. Einstein proposed that light consisted of quanta, or discrete packets of energy, now known as photons. This idea was crucial for the development of quantum mechanics and earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. Contrary to popular belief, Einstein wasn't awarded the prize for relativity but for his work on the quantum nature of light. Brownian motion. In this paper, Einstein provided a theoretical explanation for the irregular motion of particles suspended in a fluid, offering direct proof of the existence of atoms, a concept that was still controversial at the time. Special relativity. In one of the most famous scientific papers ever published, Einstein revolutionized the concepts of space and time, showing that they are not absolute but relative to the observer. He demonstrated that the speed of light is constant for all observers, regardless of their relative motion. From this theory comes the most famous equation in physics, E equals mc squared, which shows the relationship between mass and energy. Mass-energy equivalence. In the same year, Einstein formulated the famous equation E equals mc squared, establishing that mass and energy are interchangeable. This concept would have enormous implications in nuclear physics and, later, in the development of atomic weapons. The general theory of relativity. If special relativity revolutionized Newtonian classical mechanics, general relativity, published by Einstein in 1915, went beyond Newton's understanding of gravity. In this new theory, Einstein showed that gravity was not a force acting at a distance, as Newton had suggested, but the result of the curvature of spacetime caused by mass and energy. General relativity was experimentally confirmed in 1919 during a solar eclipse when astronomers observed that starlight was bent by the sun's gravity, as Einstein had predicted. This discovery made him famous worldwide and established him as the greatest physicist of his generation. Contribution to quantum physics. Despite being one of the founding fathers of quantum physics, Einstein had a complex and sometimes conflicted relationship with this branch of science. He was among the first to recognize the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics but never fully accepted its more radical interpretations, such as Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. His famous phrase, "God does not play dice with the universe," expressed his skepticism toward the idea that the behavior of subatomic particles could be intrinsically random. In later years, Einstein engaged in numerous debates with other physicists, particularly Niels Bohr, on the foundations of quantum mechanics. One of Einstein's most famous thought experiments, known as the EPR, Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen paradox, sought to demonstrate that quantum theory was incomplete. This paradox eventually led to the development of the concept of quantum entanglement, an area of active research today. Einstein and the historical context. In addition to his scientific contributions, Einstein was also a prominent public figure. Born in Germany, he moved to the United States in 1933 after Adolf Hitler's rise to power. As a Jew, Einstein was forced to leave the country and became an outspoken critic of the Nazi regime. During his time in America, he taught at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, where he continued to work until his death in 1955. Although he was a declared pacifist for most of his life, Einstein supported the development of the atomic bomb during World War II, fearing that Nazi Germany would be the first to develop nuclear weapons. However, after the war, Einstein became a fervent opponent of nuclear weapons and one of the most vocal advocates of global disarmament. Einstein's legacy. Albert Einstein died on April 18, 1955, leaving behind an immense legacy. His general theory of relativity remains one of the cornerstones of modern physics, and his influence extends to almost every area of contemporary science. His ideas laid the groundwork for the development of modern technologies such as GPS, which must account for time dilation as predicted by relativity, and his exploration of quantum mechanics paved the way for innovations like quantum computing. Einstein was not only a great scientist but also a philosopher and humanist. He believed in infinite curiosity, the pursuit of truth, and the understanding of the universe as a noble and deeply human goal. His life and work remind us that, as humans, we are always in search of the deepest and most complex answers to the fundamental questions of our existence. Albert Einstein was not just a genius who revolutionized physics. He was also a deeply complex human figure with a wide range of intellectual interests and great moral sensitivity. His work forever changed how we see the universe and continues to influence modern science in ways that he himself likely never imagined. Einstein is living proof of how curiosity and creative thinking can push humanity beyond the limits of the known.